Hi, my name is Lesley Pazdzioch. Thank you for joining me in this video. I want to really address the question that many are asking, is God already there? Because so many don't understand and they're looking for answers and they're not able to find them on the exterior, and they're seeking out religious, spiritual belief systems, practices, trying to find these answers exteriorly when we can dive inside of us and find them. And I don't think it's something that many of us have ever been taught or we know how to do. I know personally I didn't, and it was something that I learned over the years, and I'd like to share some of that with you. It's an inside of us that drives the desire to ask these questions, and it's an innate it's innate within all of us, because that's how we find our guidance is within ourselves, not on the exterior. And our inner guidance system is that mechanism that guides us, and we need to be able to connect to this divine guidance. And it's not God per se, it's through our divine guidance systems, our angels, our guardian angels, our divine guides that actually take us to and throughout our lives. And their whole purpose of their creation is to guide us and to keep us safe. And not many people are looking toward their guardian angels and asking, or their spiritual guides, asking for these answers or for the guidance. And everyone has this. And aside from religions, and aside from any other belief system, if that's not a path that people take, this guidance comes from our divine angelic forces. And their whole purpose is to guide us. And you don't have to have a certain religion or a certain belief system, because it's part of all of them. The 7 major religions in the world actually believe in spiritual guidance and guardian angels, and this guidance is for everyone to access. And it's our gift from God. It's built within us, innately built within us. And the only purpose that these guides have are to help us and to guide us through our lifetime, during our time here on earth, serving our soul mission. And that's the purpose of our life. So it's important to understand too that they love us unconditionally, and there's no condemnation, there's no punishment, there's no punishing us for making mistakes or poor choices. And it's nothing that we have to fear, because it's all loving. It's unconditional love, limitless compassion. They're there to guide us. And I think, once you get this, it becomes really fun. And I think that the divine guidance that we're given throughout the previous centuries has been hugely misunderstood, and that it's all punishing and all condemning, and it's actually not that way. Their only purpose is to guide us through life, but so it's essential for us in order to live the life that we want, in order to live a purposeful and meaningful life, that we have to create a relationship with this divine guidance system. Without it, we're not going to understand the meaning of our life, and when our life doesn't go as well as we want it to, or it's more difficult than it needs to be, it's because we're not following this and tapping into this essential relationship and creating this bond with our divine guidance. And these celestial guides are one of the most significant blessings that we have. We also have our free will, which sometimes gets us in trouble, but that's all right. That's why we're here. We're like college students when we go to school. But when we tap into this divine guidance, it allows us to have that freedom that we've always had to express our free will, but in a more directed, a more purposeful manner. And you know, they guide us in creating our life purpose, determining what it is that we really want to do in life, and then how to serve that life purpose. That's really what they're for. And if we look back at your life and you remember all those times when you just feel like a miraculous moment happened, and you ask yourself, well, how did I get through that? How did that happen? Rather it's, you know, driving in a car, or, you know, escaping danger, or you know, just that inner knowing that, or just being taken out of a situation, you think, oh God, thank you for that. I don't know how I did that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, is how they come in and they guide us, and they'll take us out of anything that will bring harm to us. And if we don't, the more we work with this, the easier our lives become. Does it mean that we're not ever going to suffer, or we're not going to ever face challenges, or you know, we're not going to feel pain? No. It means that it's going to be less severe than it is without it, because with it we understand. When we understand our life purpose and why we're here in our soul mission, as we go through our lives, different things that happen and occur become less less hard. We make less mistakes, or we take an easier road to get to where we want to be, because we're being guided through this. You know, they know that this wasn't going to be an easy journey, and that's why we're here. We're all here to create something, to create our contribution to humanity, and to grow our souls, and to move forward. That's why we're all here, is to grow our soul, determining our life purpose, utilizing our gifts and talents to better our souls and to grow our own personal souls by the service of others, in the service of others, not only to ourselves but also to others. And by utilizing this divine guidance, that gets us through life a lot easier. And when we struggle or we have challenges, we understand. We learn those lessons quicker, and we go through those lessons less harmed. It's less harmful. And then, you know, we have to also remember that those miracles didn't happen just because. That's just how they roll. That's what they do, and they enjoy their jobs, and they love us unconditionally. And it's important that we truly understand that this is available to all of us. It's available to all of us, and it's something that even through my the past 15 years, when I started looking at, why am I here? What's my life purpose? What is this all about? And I explored many different religions and belief systems and practices, and none of them really explained this divine guidance. I didn't learn any of it from there. It's when I started looking inward, and I said one day, you know, I'm just going to live the best life I can, true to myself. And as I started to do that, it became more and more apparent that things got easier. And it was because I was paying attention to what was going on inside of me, what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what I was doing. I was holding myself accountable, apologizing when I did things wrong, holding others accountable when they harmed me, and really just surrounding myself by things that made me feel good. Because the better you feel, the more you will connect with this guidance system that's within all of us. You can't connect with a powerful energy and a powerful guidance system of pure positive energy and pure positive will towards us when we're standing and just looking at the dirt. We'll never see anything clean. Does that make sense? you have to look in the direction of what you're looking for, not look at the direction from where you are if you're struggling in a difficult situation. You either go down that negative rabbit hole, or you rise up to that really great hope and power that guides us. And remember, they're here guiding us to betterment, to guiding us, that they sit with us through our suffering, but they're here for us to feel good. They're here because we're here to have fun. We're here to create. We're here to experience life. We're here to grow. And we can't grow from a point of lack and a point of misery and a point of blame and shame and hurt and fear. You can't move forward when we're stuck in that. So we have to really focus our minds on what it is we want and how can we move forward, and that's how our divine guidance system moves us. It's our emotional guidance system. Just for a second, just think back and go really at times, deep inside you, and you just knew, and you chose differently. You knew and you chose differently. And then you're frustrated, and that it was really frustrating to us, and we just don't understand, why did this happen? And then we think, yeah, that was them guiding us when we don't feel that that's the best for us, or if we're not in a place where we feel good about ourselves. It's not a time to make a decision. It's not. It's a time to really sit back, to relax, to really gather ourselves and think about and appreciate where you are, because it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Be grateful for the good, and be grateful for the challenges that you're facing. And when you find that gratitude in all of it, it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to learn something. Because if we don't learn it, we keep making the same, we keep spinning on those same wheels. And just to take that information and say, yeah, this is where I am. And knowing, here's the key, it's knowing that if you're not feeling good about where you are, that's your divine guidance telling you there's better for you. That's how they guide us. If you're not happy where you are, if there's something uncomfortable, that's your divine guidance saying there's better for you. There's greater opportunities. Let's get through this and move forward, and let's get through it painlessly in effort. With the least amount of pain, but you have to put in the efforts to do this, and that's a gift. That's a gift. Those challenges are gifts. It tells us we're in the wrong place, and it tells us that we have to just keep moving forward. Just find something that we want opposite of where we are in any situations. Creating this amazing relationship is much easier than we truly think. And you do this by being you from the inside out, the real you, the part of you that dreams, the part of you that has desires, the part of you that wants really great things, wants to experience positive stuff in life, the part of you that wants to contribute, to give, to receive, to grow. That's where it comes from. It comes from that genuine, heartfelt gratitude for being given this direction and everything else in life. Just gratitude. Be grateful. Those challenges aren't there to hurt us or to bring us harm. Those emotions and those challenges, they're there to help us to help us grow, and we need to be grateful for that. Be grateful for everything. Just everything in life has so much purpose and meaning in it. And we're here to become the best versions that we can become of ourselves. And with that version that we're going to become of ourselves, we're not here to achieve perfection. We're just here to do our best. And our best, if we do our best, that we can possibly do, that's perfection for us. We're not here to please anybody else. We're here to please ourselves, to be happy with who we are. When you feel good about who you are and what you're doing in your life, that's your perfection. That's how you present yourself. That's what makes you happy. And then you'll keep wanting and growing even more. That to me is perfection. When you do your best and you're pleased with it, that's personal perfection. We're here to grow our souls and to be of service to others through grace and gratitude. Be grateful for the things that you have. Go through life with grace. Have limitless compassion for others and unconditional love. That's truly valuable. That's the value of this existence in living. And living, that means living from the inside out, always following your personal truth and your values, and be honest to yourself and living with pure integrity. That's just the key. Those are the essential key ingredients. And allow yourself to make mistakes. You're not here to be perfect. Remember, we're college students. We came here to learn, to grow, and to achieve whatever we possibly can. And sometimes it changes. You go in thinking that this is what it's going to be, and later on you find out that you want to do something else. That's why we're here. Because when we grow, it produces changes, and that's okay. Changes sometimes are hard for some and easier for others, but I think that change becomes more comfortable when we fully understand the meaning of our lives and how valuable we are to the greater good of humanity, and how much your soul and your life matters to the contribution of humanity. And as we contribute to humanity using our guidance system, everything changes. Everything changes. And I truly believe God's always proud of us. Your divine is always proud. Our divine guardian angels are always proud of us. Our spiritual guides are always proud of us, even in our failures, because we're trying. And they celebrate with us in our successes because we accomplished our desired outcome, and we set new goals, and we set new things to accomplish. So in our failure and in our accomplishments, no matter what we're doing in life, they're never there to punish us. Never. That is not how God works. That is not how the divine works. It is not how any of this works. It all works to our benefit. It's by following our internal guidance system, being compassionate, surrounding ourselves with people that make us feel good, letting go of the things that don't bring value to our lives and don't support us or make us feel good, and don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of things that aren't valuable to you in a hurtful, demeaning way, because when you criticize others and all, it only comes back to you. Let it go with peace and love. Let it go with compassion. Let it go with gratitude that it taught you that was something that you didn't need in your life, that wasn't a benefit to you, but it's perhaps a benefit to somebody else. One man's what do they say? One man's junk is another man's treasure. Not that things are junk, but what one person doesn't want, another one does. And so by letting go of the things that don't matter to you and really focusing on the inside of you about what makes you feel good, and creating this relationship with your divine guidance, it is so essential. And sometimes people say, well, how do you do this, Lesley? How do you create that relationship? You ask. You just ask. You ask them, how do I connect with you? They show us signs constantly through, do some research. Some people see repeated numbers. They see feathers, loose change. songs that come on the radio that match whatever you're thinking. They give you, then there's the God chills where it feels like that little electricity feeling, when your hair stands up on end. That's an energy that will just flood your body. But if you don't know how to connect with them, just ask. Just ask. And it's through being honest with ourselves and really understanding that we're here for a reason, and that you are so valuable to the collective consciousness and to the collection of humanity. We have no idea how valuable we are. So just ask and follow that feeling, and prayer. Use prayer. And gratitude and meditation is huge. And I know a lot of people don't think they can meditate, but let me tell you, really start looking at the different types of meditation. There's a little book, I have it right here. Let me get this. This is a little gem. It's True Love, a practice for awakening your heart, and it's by Thich Nhat Hanh. This is really truly a great little book. And sometimes, meditation is just simply a mantra. It's just a mantra. You can quiet your mind, and say in your head, in your mind, well, I can't quiet my mind. I can't quiet my mind. We're not supposed to. We're just supposed to calm our emotions. We're supposed to calm down. And you can say things like, I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in, I breathe out. And when your mind and your body become one and they just calm down, the thoughts that will come to you are amazing. And just look at them. Just look at them. All the things that we think, it's not always real. But just look at it. And then let it go. But the most important thing is build that relationship with your divine guidance and get to know yourself. A woman once told me, she said, Lesley, the best thing you can do in life is introduce yourself to yourself. And that was so true. Those words ring so true for me. Introduce yourself to yourself and live in honesty with integrity and through grace, and anything's possible.